Tyler, so once you find the staff and you bring them on board, following the basic procedures there, how do you what's the best way to keep and retain that talent and help that talent grow and continue to thrive in the work environment?
Yeah. So one thing that you just want to make sure that you're doing to keep that retention high is one, you don't want to just like have that person think you forgot about them once they're hired and they're just doing their job. But you definitely want to check in with them. You want to reward your team members for any achievements that they have, whether it be individuals or as a team, as a whole. And you want to make sure that you're helping them set goals, not just for, the team or the department, but individually as well. And you want to make sure that they have an understanding that you want to be there to help them achieve those goals. Now, I know some people may think, some people may not want to set goals for themselves at all, which is totally fine, and that's okay. But, you still want to be there to show them that you're going to be there to help them no matter what and try to push them into being successful and making those achievements that are set. And just having conversations with your staff. I hear a lot that from, whether it be friends or other colleagues, that they were hired into a role and then they never hear from their manager, or they talk to maybe one or two colleagues and that's it. And they just get work assigned in their email box and that's all. Some companies thrive in that environment and they hire staff who also do that. But, in my mind, I just feel like, having simple conversations, it doesn't have to be daily, but at least once a week, just checking in with your team members, making sure they have the tools they need to do their job well and that they're being successful in doing that, and that they are recognized for whatever achievements they do. And it doesn't have to be in a public setting as well. It could be just one-on-one with you and that team member.
Right.
You don't have to make a huge spectacle about it as long as that person knows that they're being noticed for whatever that they're achieving. And also, and not saying you have to like put so much money into rewarding your staff. I mean, it could be as simple as a gift card, a note, a thank you. You can take them out to lunch, dinner, send them gifts, things if you want to of that nature. But you also have to make sure that those individuals, because everybody's different, is comfortable with those certain items.
Right.
Now we have some team members who may not like a gift, but a simple note that is just well thought out and thorough of thanking them for what they're doing is something they prefer way more.
Yep.
So it's really getting to know your team members on an individual level to have that understanding. And like for instance, here at Sykes and Company, I'm that person that gets to know these people that to that point to where I can share that information. And I know some pharmacists or store owners in this work may not have time to do that because they have other things going on. And if they want to hire someone to come in as like an office manager or an administrator that can do those things, that's totally acceptable too because it can help them. I'm not saying it has to be a full-fledged HR person because sometimes that's not necessary to reach a certain point. And they usually say about 50 employees plus is when HR is needed just because of certain regulations and things that's required at that size point. But just someone who can come in and kind of make sure that they have an understanding of how people are doing, not just managing them, being there for them as well. So that can be also an important role alongside, your day-to-day staff, is someone coming in and having those understandings of what the people need, who they are, and, just someone who they can come and talk to when they need those things and want to express it. Kind of like a neutral ground, if anything.